Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, HASHAM, YAHAWASHI, HASHAM, Kakodash. I want to give double honors to my apostles at Great Millstone who taught me his truth, and a sincere shalom to the elect out there teaching his truth, all honesty and sincerity in these last days. Now, there's been a number of recent things going on concerning cyber attacks. Okay? Now, there were a few cell phone carriers that were hit with some outages earlier today. And I've been following the story, and I couldn't wait because I was pulling a double at work today, and I couldn't wait to do a video on this, because the timing is very convenient. Okay, the timing is very convenient because it was just a couple days ago that the government was briefed on they had an emergency briefing on Chinese cyber attacks. You know, they were targeting infrastructure, they were targeting communications. Okay, they were targeting utilities and what else were they? Transportation systems. Okay, and a large number of the government was briefed on this, that this is no playing around matter. Okay, because we know that one thing about Babylon is they like to sit around and do nothing about a situation. Okay, until it's really too late, or until the problem is too big to ignore. Okay, our leaders are very sluggish when it comes to that. That's one of the problems with so-called democracy, is that you have all these different representatives and they can't ever agree on anything, and they can't move fast. Okay, it takes a lot longer to get things done here in Babylon than it does in other nations. Okay, because there's always so much government red tape and so much checks and balances. Okay, there's really nobody that can just take care of an emergency, you know. And we've seen in the past that the president really doesn't have much power at times to combat emergencies. He needs the assistance from Congress a lot of times. Okay, and they just can't act fast enough. Okay, and here is the result, because America has had very bad cybersecurity for years now. Okay, I remember years back in the early 2000s, I had worked for I had been doing networking and things for various things for a company that was dealing with the local city government and city hall in Niagara Falls. And let me tell you something, man. All it would have took was just a couple hackers who knew what the fuck they were doing, and they could have took control of the whole city, man. Now, obviously, things might be different now, but I can't imagine it being much different. And a lot of these concerns I raised to my superiors, and they just turned their head. I'm like, listen, you guys just, because America is a very vulnerable place, man. It's a very vulnerable place. Okay, you have all these different companies that control all kinds of different things, and there's really no strict regulation. Okay, because like you see with AT&T here, okay, for every AT&T, there's some company out there that does the bare minimum for cybersecurity. Okay, there's a lot of these cell phone carriers that would have been out for days if this would have happened. Okay, there's a lack of intellectual capital when it comes to this. Okay, if y'all remember during the pandemic, YouTube went down for quite a while, and YouTube even responded saying that, and this is global. Okay, one just in a few cities, but AT&T, but YouTube was said that if they had more personnel on hand because they had to send everybody home because of the pandemic, they would have been able to resolve it much farther or much sooner. Okay, so America's ability to handle these cyber attacks is on a troubleshooting basis. Okay, they're only going to learn once they happen. They're not doing anything now. This has been all over the news. Not just this outage, but I'm saying we've been hearing about rumors of cyber attacks for a long time now. You think any of these companies spent money to prepare for it? Maybe a couple. Okay, and that's the problem with Babylon the Great, man. It's a bunch of private companies who only care about the bottom line. Okay, they don't care about national security risk. They don't care about the confidentiality or privacy of their customers. Okay, they don't care that uh, uh, hundreds of thousands of people or millions of people might not be able to access 911 or emergency services. They don't give a shit about that, man. Okay, all they care about really is their profit, and they're gonna do the bare minimum to keep things functioning. That's the problem with capitalism, man. Okay, that the whole role of capitalism is to get the most money out of you, and in turn spending and dedicating the least amount of resources that they can to ensure maximum profit. Okay, I hope I worded that right. Okay, the least input on their part to make the most on your part. Okay, provide the least amount of services to get you to spend your money with them, or in this case, have the have a incredibly inept security system. Okay, or incredibly inept IT system. Hey, it came out recently. Uh, when Elon Musk bought Twitter, I think he bought it a couple years ago now, but still, it's still recently. And when he purchased it, he found out that only half the damn servers and on Twitter were actually running Twitter. The other half were just sitting around. Okay, and everything was on autopilot. Everybody was sitting around doing nothing, not concerned about anything. And meanwhile, on their platform, there was all kinds of bullshit going on: credit cards getting stolen, scams, illegal file sharing, things like that. Okay. But anyways, enough of me ranting. This is from NBC News, but hey, everybody's talking about it. AT&T service restored after customers hit by widespread cellular outages in the U.S. AT&T's widespread outage that left thousands without service for hours Thursday was likely caused by a process error, not a cyber attack, the carrier said. Okay, but here it is, right? Just the fact that people think it was a cyber attack shows what's on the mind, man. Okay, they got these people ready for a cyber attack, man. So anything that happens in the IT realm is gonna be, oh, it was a cyber attack. They're gonna jump to conclusions, man. Okay, because honestly, as somebody who's worked in this field, okay, these things happen. Okay, problems happen. Okay, so it might not have been a cyber attack. It might have been a cyber attack, but they're saying something else. We don't know. Okay, we don't know. But now, from now on, the thing that is ingrained into people's minds, okay, is that whenever something bad happens as far as infrastructure or technology or communications or whatever, from now on, it's instantly going to be blamed on a cyber attack, whether it was a cyber attack or not. Okay? They got you scared with the boogeyman. They got you scared with the boogeyman. And believe me, man, when there's a cyber attack, it's not going to be a drill. Okay? You're going to be going online to find out what the hell is going on. The trouble started early Thursday, but by afternoon, AT&T reported that service had been restored to all customers. I even seen somebody on social media blaming this on Trump. I actually seen somebody on social media blaming this on Trump. How? I don't know. Okay. I didn't read their explanation. Based on they were talking about some legislation or some executive order, some stupid shit. Anyways, based on an initial review, the company thinks the outage was caused by the application and execution of an incorrect process used as we were expanding our network, not a cyber attack. So they had to calm everybody down. But from now on, the first conclusion that people are going to get, okay, is that it was a cyber attack no matter what happens. Okay, people are still calling it a cyber attack. Over 32,000 AT&T outages were reported by customers about 4 a.m. Eastern Thursday. Reports dipped, then spiked again to more than 50,000 around 7 a.m., with most issues reported in Houston, Chicago, Dallas, Los Angeles, and Atlanta, according to the site. So major cities. Okay, that number surged to more than 71,000 just before 8 a.m. AT&T acknowledged the issue Thursday morning, saying some of our customers are experiencing wireless service interruptions this morning. Other cellular providers, including Verizon, T-Mobile, and Cricket Wireless, also reported outages. Verizon and T-Mobile said those affected have been trying to contact AT&T users. See? So all it takes is one of them to go down, and then the other ones have problems because they all share networks in one way or another. Verizon said Thursday morning that the outages are not affecting its network directly, only customers trying to reach another carrier. T-Mobile also said early Thursday that the network didn't suffer an outage. Cricket Wireless, which is owned by AT&T and uses its network, also experienced cellular problems. More than 13,500 customers reported outages as of 8 a.m. Eastern Thursday. The number dipped to around 10,000 by 10 a.m. Okay? Allow us to explain that there is a nationwide network incident impacting multiple services, the company wrote on X or Twitter. It is Cricket's top priority to restore service to full capacity as quickly and safely as possible. AT&T has not provided additional details about what triggered the nationwide service disruption, and the U.S. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency said there is no indication of a cyber attack. See, these agencies here in Babylon are meant to solve the problem after they've occurred, not prevent. Okay? Other nations that are competent, okay, they have prevention measures in place. Okay? There's more money in solving the problem after. That's what this place is all about. It's all about fucking money, man. It's disgusting. Okay? The most likely cause of the outage is a cloud misconfiguration, which is a fancy word for saying human error. That's another thing we need to watch out for, man, is human error. Okay? A lot of these people that work in these departments, work in this field, you know, cybersecurity, IT, so on and so forth. They're overworked, man. You know, they work long hours, they don't sleep. So the possibility of human error increases. Well, they're saying that 911 wasn't operational. Okay, they call 911 on your behalf. Well, they couldn't reach other carriers. So how are they going to do that? See? So all it took was ATT and to have an issue. Okay, AT&T to have an issue, and Verizon, T-Mobile, and Cricket also had issues because of it. See, because everything's all intertwined, man. Everything's all intertwined in this fucking place. You know, this is coming hot off the heels of that bulletin, that emergency bulletin about Chinese, the possibility of Chinese cyber attacks, man. And if you remember, a couple months ago, I made a video about it. I know a lot of other brothers made videos about it too. The FBI director is saying that there's so many threats that they can't even. There's so many terrorist threats because of this migrant crisis that they can't even track them all. Okay. So meanwhile, we're sitting here talking about cyber attacks, cyber attacks, cyber attacks. Some could happen where it's not even a cyber attack, man. Some could happen where it's a militant migrant, okay, because they're letting in militants from other nations into Babylon, okay, through the border, militant aged men. They could do an attack, okay? They could do an attack, and people think it'll be a cyber attack or something, man. This is Matthew 24:2, and YAHAWASHI said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, okay, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. Okay? Everything's going to be turned upside down, man. You know? The whole way of life, this whole modern way of life okay, can easily be disrupted. You know, and it's gonna be good for these people once it gets disrupted, man. Okay, because you people want to depend on this shit and act like this is the right way to live. Well, Esau Edom is gonna force you to take his MOTB. Okay, if you want to continue on with this bullshit, man, with this modern society. This modern society is disgusting. You got all these people going on social media, these fucking narcissists acting like they're the fucking greatest thing in the world. You know, they show no respect to the Heavenly Father and His Word. A bunch of fucking sexaholics and swineaholics and drug addicts, man. That's who this society uplifts now. Uplifts the fucking dregs, man. Okay? YAHAWASHI has a lot of things in store to tear this society apart, man. Okay? Because this is not how people are supposed to live. You know? We're so dependent on this technology here in this society, man. Try getting a job without a fucking cell phone or internet. Just go ahead, try. Okay? And as he said upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? Well, it shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Okay? The rumors, man. Okay? Everybody on the internet still thinks it was a fucking cyber attack. Whether it was or not, we may never know. Okay, here on this side. It might have been a cyber attack. Okay? It might not have been. But you see how anytime there's going to be any kind of disruption here in Babylon, okay, people are they're going to blame the Russians. They're going to blame the Chinese. Okay, they're going to blame so-called terrorists, migrants. Okay? All kinds of rumors, man. All kinds of rumors going around. All kinds of rumors going around. And you can't depend on these agencies to tell you the truth about anything, because they'll cover the shit up. Okay? See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. Okay, we're seeing these nations rise against nations, and these kingdoms rise against certain kingdoms, man. You know, uh, uh, China has Babylon on its knees. Okay, it has Babylon on its knees with these cyber attacks. Just the sheer threat that they could do it. Okay, so it probably sounds very interesting in the negotiating table. Okay, at the negotiating table. You know, but that's the fitting of the prophecies of wars and rumors of wars, man. China could just easily say, you know what, we're going to take Taiwan, and there's nothing you could do about it because we've infiltrated this, we've infiltrated that. We'll wreak this kind of havoc, that kind of havoc. Okay, because China knows if they go to war with Taiwan and the U.S. responds, they're not going to be able to really do anything. Okay, but they don't have to face the U.S. military because America is vulnerable in other ways, man. You think that if if the Chinese government contacts the U.S. and says, you know what, on this day we're taking Taiwan and there's nothing you could do about it, or we'll shut your water off nationwide. We'll bring down the grid. You know, we'll turn off oil pipelines. We'll shut down the throughways. We'll shut off all the traffic signals. Okay, the operation of this modern wicked society is dependent upon those things. Okay. Here's another good point. All these, Matthew 24:8, all these are the beginning of sorrows. We saw in that movie, man. Okay. So all kinds of cyber attacks going on. Okay. About the end of the world, man. You know, everything is pointing towards the end of the world. You know, everybody's always talking about we're living in biblical times. Well, guess what? We are living in biblical times, man. Now let's get this scripture. 1 Thessalonians 5:1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. Okay? Because we understand the times and seasons. But these people out here seen and know and read about what happened today. And they're shrugging it off and laughing. Now there were also rumors that uh pharmacies were starting to be taken offline, but that's just a rumor. There's nothing confirming that. Okay, because you can't just believe everything that comes your way, man. You know, that's what the devil does. He throws so much information your way and hopes you believe the wrong thing. Okay, we're not simple like that. You don't just believe everything we fucking read on the internet. Okay. 1 Thessalonians 5:2, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Okay, a thief doesn't come into your house. Okay, a thief doesn't just knock on your door or leave a note in your mailbox or send you a text message when they're gonna fucking come into your house and take your shit. Okay, or hurt your family or whatever. Okay, we know that these events are a sign of the Lord's coming, and they're gonna happen. Okay, when we least expect them. You know, they're gonna happen when we least expect them. I mean, how long have we been talking about cyber attacks and infrastructure failing and things like that? We've been talking about it since we came in the truth. Okay, one day it's gonna happen. You know, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Okay. Let me read this again. For when they shall say peace and safety, the people who don't care about what's going around or going on, they're in the mindset of peace and safety, man. Okay, they don't think anything's gonna happen. All right, they're planning on getting married. starting families, going to fucking college, whatever. That bullshit, man. Totally oblivious to what's really going on right in front of their face. You know? Honestly, I'm amazed that the economy hasn't collapsed yet. Okay? I'm surprised that the economy is still chugging along. Now, don't get me wrong, okay? Don't get me wrong, okay? It's not, the economy's not necessarily good, okay? But I mean, we were expecting a lot worse by now, okay? But, we know that someday we're going to turn on the news and the markets are going to be absolutely obliterated and it's going to start. Okay? We're not in that peace and safety mindset, man. We understand that, yes, the U.S. is an economic superpower and it's the economy. Yeah, it's kind of beat up, but it's still resilient. Okay, well, eventually there's going to be so many problems thrown at it or a black swan or whatever that it just collapses on itself. Okay? And you brothers that pay attention to what's going on, man, it seems like the Lord is letting America be destroyed by its own self, by its own hand, by its own incompetent leadership, by its own sellouts amongst the leadership. Okay? Its own people are destroying it. I mean, most of the people in Babylon hate their own country. They hate their own fucking country, man. How was a place like that supposed to stand? Satan's kingdom divided against itself. It's not going to stand. A majority of the youth today would never even think about going in the military and fighting for their country, man. Even if they were under attack, they would let themselves get taken over. They would be in the streets cheering for it to get taken over. Okay, that proves that there is a God out there, man. You people that don't believe in the Most High. The Most High is such a powerful force, man, that he can make a superpower citizens hate its own country by the millions. Okay? Let me continue on in the scripture. I'm ranting too much. But that's the beauty of the Lord. Okay? The Lord can make millions of young Americans hate their own country. First Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Okay? Because, hey, even when these things are going on, right, we're paying attention to them, man. Okay? We're paying attention to not just things as they happen, but the aftermath, the explanations, the results. Okay? If there's any procedures done. Okay? A lot of times, America just puts band-aids over an open wound. Ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. Okay? Watching what's going on, watching for the prophecies. This is 2 Peter 3:9. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. Okay? because a lot of guys are losing their patience, man. Okay? How can you lose your patience during this time? Do you not see what's going on? 2 Peter 3:10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? Right, paying attention to what's going on, man. Okay, not getting all emotional and disruptive over what's going on. Okay, we're supposed to handle these issues like spiritual men. Okay, handle the things that are going on in the world like spiritual men. Okay, not acting like weirdos on the internet. 2 Peter 3:12, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Okay? Hey man, the Lord's been stirring things up in the truth and outside of the truth, man. He's been stirring things up on the global scale, geopolitical scale, as well as in the truth, man. You got a lot of these camps that they want to sit here and go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth about little things in the doctrine. Well, I shouldn't say little. About things in the doctrine, thinking that the doctrine ain't. These guys act like the doctrine ain't been solidified yet, man. The doctrine is the doctrine, man. The Lord ain't gonna drastically, switch up the understanding of His word. Okay, the true understanding of His word in a time when World War III is about to break out any day. Okay, our apostles were given the correct doctrine, man. You know, everybody wants to sit there and nitpick little stupid things, man. Everybody's got to be right. They got to be in that, oh, I'm right, you're wrong spirit, blah, blah, blah. That podcast Israelite spirit, man. Bringing that bullshit into the truth. Okay? Just pay attention to what's going on in the world, man. Okay? We're not in the time to be going back and forth debating people and other jakes about what the proper understanding of the word is, man. Yes, we defend the gospel, but we're not in the time to be going back and forth over things that are obvious. You know? You got guys like the fucking Sakari. They want to sit here and argue over which of Paul's letters are authoritative or authentic or whatever, man. Are you out your damn minds? Are you out your damn minds, man? Chinese hackers are infiltrating U.S. infrastructure as we speak. And you want to sit there and debate about the authenticity of certain books of the scriptures, man. Unbelievable. It'll be martial law out here, and these guys will want to sit here and argue. Okay. 2 Peter 3:13. Nevertheless, we, according to His promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. Right, because and hey, the reason I brought this scripture out is because we really got to look forward to that new heaven and that new earth. Okay, because this way of life, man. Okay, this way of life is not good for you. It's not good for me. It's not good for anybody. Okay, that this modern society, this dependence upon technology, it really is. It really is messing with our minds, man. Messing with our spirits. Messing with our physical health. You know, especially if you look at, uh, people who kind of live off the land, right? I was watching something with these people, they lived off the land. I think they're in Montana or something. They got their own ranch, they got their own crops or whatever. They just live a really basic life, man. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, that's really kind of how you're supposed to live. We're not supposed to live like this, man. We're not supposed to be woken up by some alarm going, shocking your ass awake. You get up, you're in a hurry because you got to be at work by a certain time, and Esau messing with the times and the seasons. You're going to fucking work and it's still dark out in the morning. How the hell is that the morning if it's still dark out? Anyways, you know, making it to where you gotta log into work on some cell phone app or something stupid or some portal. Just overcomplicating everything, man. The Lord didn't have us put on this earth to live like that, man. Okay? There's not supposed to be uh corporations, there's not supposed to be mass production factory farming, man. Where basically by the time the food hits your dinner plate, it's been so devoid of nutrients and it's had so many disgusting things added to it. Okay? That you're literally eating frankenfood, even if you buy good stuff. Some people say, "Oh, just eat a whole food diet." That don't work when the crops are filled with all different kinds of chemicals and pesticides, man. Okay, but hey, man, when the Lord brings about that new heaven and that new earth, man, everything is gonna be nice and clean, man. The earth is gonna be cleansed. We're gonna be eating real food again. The animals are gonna be eating real food again. Because the animals, and I know I'm going on a rant, but the animals, they don't even eat their natural diet. They're basically living in little jail cells waiting to be slaughtered, man. Go watch that what is the name of that? From Farm to Fridge, man. If you brothers haven't seen From Farm to Fridge, go watch it, man. Go watch it. You're gonna get stirred up and you're gonna feel a certain way. Okay? And am I saying that every single piece of food that you buy at the store is like that? Not necessarily. Okay, you do have some local grocery stores or whatever and farmers markets that provide local, you know, produces and things like that. But for the most part, how it is in that film is how it is when it gets to your fridge. From farm to fridge, man. Go watch it. It'll stir you up, man. And if that don't tick something in your head that we need to get the fuck out of here and live in a new heaven and a new earth, then maybe you need your life disrupted by a serious cyber attack, man. That totally ruins your fucking life. Okay? Okay, maybe you need a cyber attack to come along where you can't get your money out the bank, or your identity gets stolen. You're a completely different name entirely. You got a different government. And I don't wish that upon any brothers. The truth, I don't wish that upon myself or anything either. But hey, man, if you're one of those Israelites that thinks that everything is okay, then you're not really a man of the Lord, man. This is not how we're supposed to be living. And with that, till next time, shalom.